Mia, did you bring someone home? Miriam thundered, her voice girl and authoritative. I told you not to bring anyone over if I'm not around. Married at 16, Queen Rosie Stories. Episode 4. Jack ran after Mia, determined to make her understand why she should stop giving Jaden attention. Mia, wait up, please, Mia, he called out. Instead of stopping, Mia ran faster, but Jack didn't give up. He chased after her, and when he got close enough, he pinned her against the school locker. They both breathed heavily. Mia, look at me, Jack said, his voice was calm and gentle. It's all right. Mia couldn't control herself, tears streaming down her eyes as she gazed up at Jack. You have to stop chasing after Jaden, okay? He's just a player, everyone knows that, Jack said, his expression serious. I just want to, Mia said, but Jack cut her short. She, placing his hand on Mia's lips. You don't have to say anything, he whispered, pulling her into a warm hug. People hugging. As they stood there, wrapped in each other's embrace, all Mia could hear was Jack's steady heartbeat. She felt a sense of comfort and security in his arms, that's all she needed right now. But as the moments ticked by, Mia's tears began to subside, and she slowly pulled back. Jack's eyes searched hers, filled with concern and affection. Are you okay? He whispered. Mia nodded, her voice barely above a whisper. Yeah, I'm fine. Jack's gaze lingered on hers as if searching for the truth behind her words. Promise me you'll stay away from Jaden, he said, his voice low and serious. Mia hesitated, unsure of what to say. She felt drawn to Jaden's charismatic smile, and she had fallen in love with Jaden from the moment she saw him. Living on the same premises at school with Jaden would be tough for her, but she was going to try. As Mia noticed that Jaden and his team were approaching them, with laughter and reminiscing about the soccer ball match, Mia pulled Jack closer and kissed him. The kiss lasted for a moment and Jaden walked past them without even a glance at them. Jack pulled out, confused face about what just happened. What's the meaning of that? Jack asked, his voice laced with uncertainty. I'm sorry, Mia said, realizing what she had just done, and then she flew away, leaving Jack looking more confused than ever. Jack couldn't help but feel a mix of emotions. He was confused about the KSS, but at the same time, he felt a spark of excitement. He had always liked Mia, but now he couldn't help but wonder if Mia felt the same way with him. As he stood there, lost in thought, he heard a voice behind him. Hey, Jack, what's going on? It was Luna, looking concerned. Jack shook his head, trying to clear his thoughts. Just a weird moment with Mia, he said, trying to downplay the situation. Luna's eyes widened. What's that? Mia iced me. Jack's eyes were wide in more confusion. Do you think Mia has a crush on me? Luna smiled. I don't know, but I think you should be closer to her. Luna suggested, maybe you would be a perfect match for her. As the day went on, Mia couldn't face Jack. She felt embarrassed about what she did earlier, and the more she tried to ignore Jack's glances, the more she hoped that Jack wouldn't misinterpret her actions. She only kissed him because she was trying to get to Jaden and not because she liked him. Jack is a cool guy, but Mia wasn't into him. Meanwhile, Jack, on the other hand, felt he had a strong connection with Mia. He wondered if she felt the same way, too, or if Mia was just using him to get Jaden's attention. He could read that Mia has something strong for Jaden. Despite his growing feelings for Mia, Jack decided to protect his heart. He wouldn't press his luck-crossed fingers or ask Mia out. He would just be there for her as a friend, and see where things went. But as he watched Mia, he wondered what would be running through her mind. As the days went by, Jack and Mia's friendship remained awkward. They hardly talked to each other but sent signals like hand-waving at each other, nodding their heads. Jack took time to study Mia, and he noticed the way Mia's eyes would light up when Jaden's name was mentioned or when Jaden walked by, and he knew that she still had feelings for him. Mia, on the other hand, was trying to move on from Jaden, but it was proving to be difficult. She would see him around school, and her heart would skip a beat. She knew that she needed to focus on herself and her own happiness, but it was hard to let go of the feelings she had for Jaden. One day, Jack approached Mia during lunch break. Hey, Mia, can we talk? He asked, looking concerned. Mia nodded, wondering what was on his mind. What's up, Jack? She asked, trying to sound casual. I just wanted to make sure you're okay, Jack said, his eyes searching hers. You've seemed a bit distant lately, and I was worried about you. Mia smiled weakly, appreciating Jack's concern. I'm fine, Jack, just dealing with some stuff, she said, trying to brush it off. Jack nodded, but he could tell that there was more to it. If you ever need to talk, I'm here for you, he said, his voice sincere. Mia smiled, feeling grateful for her friend. Thanks, Jack, that means a lot to me. As they sat there, Jack couldn't help but stare at Mia. He had a lot to say to her, but he was finding it difficult to express himself. He never wanted Mia to get offended. Mia, on the other hand, noticed that Jack was fighting back against something. Hey, Jack, do you have something to say? This was the right opportunity for Jack to spill out. Mia, he cleared his throat and continued. I just want to know the reason why you kissed me. Is it to get Jaden's attention? Oh, never. I did that because I was glad you came. You're not like Jaden, you're sweet, soft-spoken, calm, and brilliant, and we share the same dreams and passion. Mia said, I love how you're dedicated to your studies, and trust me, I want to be like you. I know through you I can get a good grade. Wow, Jack was a bit relieved. Thank you, Mia. And there's something I like to tell you too. Before he could speak further, Jaden approached. Hey, Mia, Jaden said. As Jaden approached further, Mia's eyes instinctively avoided his, her heart racing with a mix of emotions. Jack, sensing the tension, stood up, his eyes fixed on Jaden with a hint of protectiveness. Hey, Mia, Jaden said, his voice casual. Mia's response was a cold shoulder, her silence speaking volumes. Jaden's eyes shifted to Jack, then back to Mia, wondering who Jack was to Mia. Can we talk? Jaden asked, his tone softer, more genuine. Mia's gaze remained fixed on her food, her voice barely above a whisper. There's nothing to talk about, Jaden. Jack watched the exchange, his eyes narrowing slightly, ready to attack Jaden. I need to talk to you, Mia. Jaden said again, his voice a bit louder this time. Jack noticed Mia wasn't comfortable with Jaden. He knew Mia was hurting, and his instincts urged him to intervene, to shield Mia from further pain. Jaden, maybe you should let her be, Jack said, stepping closer to him, his voice firm but polite. Jaden's eyes locked onto Jack's. Who are you? He asked. I'm Mia's friend. I want you to leave her alone. Jack commanded. Jaden, full attention was on Jack. Do you know who you're talking with? Yes, I do, and that's why you need to respect yourself and leave. She doesn't want to talk to you. Jack said with seriousness. Jaden walked slowly to Jack and gave him a punch without warning, and then he walked away. Jack was willing to retaliate, but Mia quickly intervened. Hey, you don't have to waste your time on a spoiled brat, are you okay? Mia asked, her voice gentle, taking Jack back to the seat as the rest of the students laughed at the scene unfolding before them. Jack nodded, a small smile on his lips. Yeah, I'm fine, thanks for standing up for me, Mia said with a wide smile on her pretty face. As the days passed, Mia continued to ignore Jaden, focusing her attention on Jack and Luna, who were always there for her. One fateful evening, Mia was home alone, enjoying her dinner and watching a movie, when the doorbell rang. Assuming it was her mom, she opened the door, only to be surprised by Jaden standing on her door. Mia's heart skipped a beat as she gazed at Jaden, her voice shaking with a mix of fear and uncertainty. What are you doing here, Jaden? You shouldn't be here, you know that, she said, trying to keep her emotions in check. Jaden took a deep breath before speaking, his eyes filled with a genuine apology. I'm sorry, Mia, I just need to talk to you. You've been ignoring me at school, and I don't know why you're pushing me away. You locked me up for 3 hours, don't you think it was normal for me to get angry? Mia's expression turned firm, her voice rising. Jaden, you humiliated me. You made everyone laugh at me and mock me. Do you have any idea how I felt? I was only trying to apologize to you for locking you up. I thought you were smart enough to understand my reasons. Jaden's eyes pleaded with Mia's, his voice filled with remorse. I'm sorry, Mia, I was only mad. I just want us to talk and be friends. Mia's laughter was laced with sarcasm. Friends? Jaden, you want to be friends with me? Never, not today, not ever. I thought you had Camilla, the queen of Beverly Hills High School. Why don't you make friends with her? Besides, I have friends who mean a lot to me, and they don't humiliate me. Jaden's frustration grew, his voice rising. Mia, stop acting childish. I'm only here to apologize. What do you want me to do, huh? Mia's response was immediate and firm. I want you to get out of my house. But Jaden stood his ground, his determination evident. I'm not leaving until we sit and talk. I drove all the way here to see you, and at least we should put our differences aside and have a good conversation. Mia's response was swift and decisive. She slammed the door shut, resting her back against it, her heart still racing from the encounter. The sound of Jaden's voice was hitting her up. Mia peeked through the window and saw Jaden still pacing back and forth, hoping she would change her mind. But Mia didn't budge. Jaden stayed for almost an hour before finally driving off. The next day at lunch, Luna, Jack, and Mia sat together, enjoying their meal. "So, are any of you going to Jaden's 17th birthday party on Saturday?" Luna asked with a smile. But Jack and Mia didn't respond, instead glancing at each other. "Hey, you two, stop staring at each other and answer my question," Luna said, playfully rolling her eyes. "The tickets are limited, and if you're going, you should buy them fast. Everyone loves to be at Jaden's birthday party, and I believe it's going to be fun." "Are you trying to say you're going?" Jack asked, curiosity evident in his voice. "Jaden is not our friend, and we shouldn't be going. Don't forget he humiliated Mia in front of his team and every other student. Why should we go to his birthday party? The three of us aren't going." "No, Jack, Luna can go. I mean, any of you can go, it's fine by me," Mia said, her voice fixed on Luna's. "So, I have a confession. One of my crushes bought me a ticket, so I think I'll be going." "Mia, I wish we all could go, like a squad, just to have fun, not nothing more." "Luna, I'm sorry, but I won't go to his party," Mia replied firmly. "I don't want any further embarrassment from him." Jack supported Mia's decision. "You go and have fun without us, we'll be fine." "I have something to say," Mia said, her voice barely above a whisper. Luna and Jack paused, their eyes fixed on Mia, eager to hear what she was about to say. "Jaden came over to my house yesterday," Mia revealed, her voice low. "And thank goodness my mom wasn't around." Luna and Jack's eyes widened in surprise. "What did Jaden want exactly?" Luna asked, her curiosity piqued. "I don't know, but I didn't want to talk to him," Mia said, her voice firm. "I didn't give him a chance to explain." The atmosphere around them grew tense. "I think Jaden likes you too, but you know he has pride," Luna said. "Married at 16, wow," Jack exclaimed, his eyes wide with surprise. "So, that's even more reason I don't want to be at his party," Mia said, her voice firm. "I don't want anything between us." "Alright, no worries," Luna said with a smile. "I promise to keep you guys updated, okay? I was thinking, want to come over to my house after school? We can watch some movies, play some games. I'm super bored at home, and it'll be fun to hang out with you guys." "Sounds like a good idea," Jack replied, flashing a bright smile. "I'm down for some movie fun. What kind of movies are you thinking of watching?" Luna nodded in agreement, a small smile on her face. "Yeah, that sounds like a great idea." Mia's face lit up with excitement. "Awesome, I'll pick out some good movies and we can make some popcorn. It'll be a blast." The three friends chatted excitedly, already looking forward to their hangout session. Later that evening, Luna and Jack came over to Mia's house, and they had an absolute blast. They watched their favorite movies, played some games, and it was one of the best moments Mia had ever had. She normally didn't allow visitors to the house, but she knew this was one of her best decisions. As the evening drew to a close, Luna and Jack had to say their goodbyes, leaving Mia alone once again. On their way back home, Jack asked Luna if she thought he and Mia would have a chance to be together. "I think you should talk to her about it," Luna said with a smile. "Mia is brought up in a decent and God-fearing home, raised by a disciplined mother. I don't think Jaden is good for her. I'm rooting for you, Jack." Fast forward to the weekend, Mia was at home feeling bored as usual. She wished she had gone out with Luna instead of staying indoors. Suddenly, the doorbell rang, and Mia jumped up to answer it. To her surprise, it was Luna and Jack, along with another cute and handsome guy. Mia's face lit up with excitement as she saw her friends. "What are you guys doing here?" she asked, surprised to see them. Luna smiled sheepishly and introduced the new guy. "First of all, meet Leo. Leo, meet my beautiful friend Mia." Luna continued, "Secondly, you're going out with us. I know you must be bored, so thank goodness I purchased tickets for both of you, Jack and Mia. There's no way I would have gone without you two." She screamed excitedly, "We're going to party." Mia hesitated, "I don't have clothes to wear." But Luna wasn't having it. She took Mia by the hand and dragged her to the wardrobe, sorting through clothes. It was a challenge, as Mia's wardrobe consisted mostly of churchy clothes. Finally, they found a gown that would do. Luna combed Mia's hair, parking it back, and added some lipstick to her lips. "Yeah, we're good to go." Luna said, taking a deep breath. Mia looked in the mirror, hardly recognizing herself. She felt a thrill of excitement, ready to let loose and have fun with her friends. As they entered the party, it was filled with students from Beverly Hills High School and other students from different schools, everyone dancing in pairs, a girl and a boy. This was Mia's first time in such a setting, and she felt out of place. Luna, on the other hand, was going with the flow, dancing with her crush Leo, while Jack and Mia stood there, looking awkward. At one point, a lady approached Jack. "Can I have a word with you?" she asked. Jack glanced at Mia, trying to read her mind. "You can go ahead," Mia said. Jack followed the girl, leaving Mia standing alone, feeling like a clown. She regretted leaving the house. Suddenly, a hand wrapped around her waist, and she felt a gentle peck on the back of her head. "I'm glad you came," Jaden said, his voice low and husky. Mia quickly pushed him away. "I didn't come here because I wanted to, my friends brought me here." Jaden smiled, his eyes gleaming with amusement. "That's nice. I think your friends are trying to match us together. But that wouldn't be a bad idea, would it?" Mia's tone turned harsh. "They aren't trying to do that." Jaden's smile didn't waver. "So, why don't we talk? You know today is my birthday. At least let's put our differences aside and talk." Mia hesitated before responding, "Fine. After today, we're going back to being enemies." Jaden raised his hands in a gesture of surrender. "Fine." He took Mia to the rooftop of the house, which was beautifully decorated. "Wow, this is nice," Mia exclaimed. "Thank you," Jaden said, squeezing her hand and leading her to a seat. They sat in silence for a moment before Jaden spoke up. "I'm sorry, Mia, for shouting at you the other day. There's a lot going on with me that I don't want to talk about." Mia's response was soft. "It's alright, Jaden." Jaden's eyes locked onto hers, and he asked, "So, tell me briefly about yourself. I think I love getting to know you better." Mia's voice shook slightly as she began to share her story. "Okay, there's nothing interesting about me. My mom and dad got divorced 2 months after I was born." Jaden's eyes widened in shock. "Oh, I'm sorry." Mia smiled weakly. "It's okay. I'm used to not having a dad because my mom is everything to me. She raised me with the love of God, and my mom can do anything for me. She's my angel on earth." Jaden's voice was calm and gentle. "Yeah, she is." Mia's eyes sparkled with curiosity as she asked, "Wait a minute, aren't you supposed to be with your queen, Camilla?" Jaden's expression turned serious. "Camilla and I broke up." Mia's eyes widened in surprise. "You and Camilla broke up? Why, you two were good together." Jaden's voice dropped to a whisper. "It's a long story. Actually, I didn't like Camilla. Our fathers wanted us to be together, so we pretended to be a couple. But the other day, after the soccer match, she told me she didn't want to pretend anymore and that she's breaking up with me." Mia's eyes were wide with shock. "Whoa, I'm sorry about that." Jaden's response was casual. "You shouldn't be. We were never meant to be. We both knew it from the start." As they talked, Mia felt a mix of emotions. She was excited to hear about Jaden's breakup, at least Jaden would be able to see her more often. Jaden's eyes locked onto hers, and he asked, "Are you still attracted to me?" Mia's heartbeat quickened as she met his gaze, her response uncertain. Mia tried to divert the question, her voice barely above a whisper. "I heard you have a nice voice. Can you please sing for me?" Jaden's face lit up with a smile as he sat comfortably. "Okay, what do you want me to sing?" Jaden asked, his eyes sparkling with amusement. Mia thought for a moment before responding, "Something soft and romantic would be nice." Jaden nodded, clearing his throat before beginning to sing. His voice was smooth and melodious, filling the rooftop with a sweet, gentle sound. Mia listened, as Jaden's voice seemed to wash over her, making her feel all warm and fuzzy inside. As Jaden sang, his eyes never left Mia's face, and she could feel the intensity of his gaze. She tried to look away, but she was captivated by the sound of his voice. The music seemed to weave a spell around them, creating a sense of intimacy and connection. When Jaden finished singing, Mia applauded, her eyes shining with appreciation. "That was beautiful," she said, her voice sincere. Jaden smiled, pleased with himself. "Thanks, I'm glad you enjoyed it." The atmosphere between them was charged with emotion, and Mia felt like she was melting under Jaden's gaze. Jaden took a deep breath, trying to muster the courage to speak, but Mia's lips silenced him with a tender kiss. He went with the flow, sensing they'd both been waiting for that moment. As the kiss deepened, Jaden gently pulled back, his hands on Mia's shoulders. Hey, slow down, Jaden whispered, his voice husky. Mia's eyes sparkled with desire. Do you love me, Jaden? Because I love you, she confessed, her voice trembling with emotion. Jaden's heart skipped a beat. I love you too, he whispered. He stood up, trying to avoid Mia's gaze, but she followed, her hand on his chest. I want us, Jaden, Mia said, her eyes burning with desire as she undressed. It's just the two of us here. I want our love to be real. Jaden's eyes fixed on hers. Are you sure? He asked, searching her face for reassurance. Mia's smile was radiant. I've never been more certain, she replied, her voice filled with conviction. She pulled him close, their lips meeting in a more passionate kiss that left them both breathless. That was the moment they would never forget in a hurry.